This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories.
And welcome to a review of What If Season 3, Episode 3, titled What If the Red Guardian Stopped the Winter Soldier? And this is probably my favorite episode of the season so far. It's one where I feel like it both stays true to the characters while putting them in a situation that does make sense. Although there is a single plot hole in this, at least from what I could tell, which is the fact that in the final scene we see Iron Man. And just based on the stuff that happens in this episode, there's really no way that Iron Man would exist. Taking a look at it, well, one, know that both of his parents do survive, and while that is a pretty major thing for him, but not life-altering, there's also the fact that they kill Obadiah Stane, who is the entire reason that Tony Stark becomes Iron Man. So, ultimately, it doesn't make sense that this would have happened because, based on the fact that Obadiah Stane is dead, there's no person in the company that's going to set up Tony to be captured in this cave, or any reason that Tony himself would currently act as either CEO or be wanting to do this weapons demonstration, since his father would likely still be alive at this point. Although he may be really old and pass it on to Tony, I don't think that he would be kidnapped, since this entire thing was set up by Obadiah Stane, and the terrorists wouldn't have wanted terrorists from Ten Rings. Sorry, I think of it, forget its name for a second, but the people from Ten Rings would not have wanted to capture Tony Stark on their own, because they very clearly say that in the video they sent to Obadiah Stane. But really, besides that little plot hole, I really enjoyed it. I think that the entire kind of revelation that Obadiah Stane went and contacted the Russians and, well, unknowingly Hydra, to the fact that Howard Stark was going to a certain place so he could take over the company, does make a lot of sense, and I think that he was assuming that Tony was with them, and that's why it ultimately failed in the main MCU timeline. And I like the fact that he was never just a good person and was always evil. That was honestly just a really great story twist, and I really did enjoy that. I also really liked the relationship between the Winter Soldier and Red Guardian in this, how they became friends, and then also the eventual point where Bucky starts to refuse his orders until basically he is recaptured and they put the conditioning in even stronger. And this, honestly, besides the fact that Howard Stark survived, easily could have taken place in the main MCU timeline, and honestly, as I said, it was a really enjoyable story. I think that the two of them played off each other really well. And since they'll both be in Thunderbolts next year, I hope that they could have the same chemistry in it, because both of them were honestly incredible, and both did a really good job in it. They were both honestly just a lot of fun to watch. And then also Goliath being in this, I can't even remember if he was in last season of What If. I think he was, but it might have only been a small cameo, because this is the episode he had a prominent role in, and we got the Lego minifigure of him not last year, 2 years ago. And actually, it would be last year, because they released like a Marvel one every 2 years. It came out towards the end of the year last year. If this was like a week later, I could have said 2 years ago, but currently it is not. So it would be last year still. Well, yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed this. I like that reveal of what happened to the Starks being ultimately caused by Obadiah Stane leaking this information. And I do think it is logical that Dreykov and everything from Black Widow would have everything related to the events of, well, the Hydra and the Winter Soldier program. So yeah, honestly, really enjoyed that, and I honestly want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories.
Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.